Getting some AI help for those New Year's resolutions. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Google is tech and trends expert Sarah Armstrong. Great to see you again, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Fred.
Well, here we are a little more than a week into the new year. Hopefully, those resolutions are still in place. Maybe you're searching for some others. Which ones have been trending so far?
Yeah, something I really noticed with resolutions this year is that in previous years, we've seen some of these kind of, I think, unrealistic resolutions trending 75 hard was a big one last year, where you're like really dedicated to these kind of extreme weight loss, exercise goals. This year, people are searching realistic health goals. That's one of the top trends we're seeing. 10-10 method is trending, which is like a bite-sized way to get organized. And so I think that's like you throw 10 things away in 10 minutes. I think people are wanting to find resolutions that they can actually stick to and create personalized plans for themselves. And so we have lots of tools and tips to help folks do that.
Do the trends vary greatly by gender or region?
We don't break down by gender, a bit by region, but we really see these overarching themes: health, of course, finance and saving money, lots of folks looking to jump into new careers, and then organization is always a big one.
So let's get into it. How can AI help us with these resolutions?
Yes, well, in the health space, Gemini is great for this because you can create a personalized workout routine. Maybe it's a meal plan. Instead of trying to stick to routines that might maybe are going viral on social media, people can figure out what works for them. So you can say, hey, I can't work out on Tuesdays. I prefer to be outside. I want to focus on this. All of that information help me create a schedule for these days of the week, and it can break that down for you. And then Fitbit too. I have a Fitbit. Has a new personal health coach where it can bring in some AI insights to help you get really specific on meeting your goals.
What about suggestions for some new stuff? How we can make improvements this year, maybe new hobbies or go someplace new?
Totally. Well, some two tips here. So, if you're trying to go somewhere new, we rolled out a new AI flight deals. This is in Google Flights. So, this is good for a flexible traveler who they know maybe you want to go somewhere in the spring, you have a certain budget. You can talk to Google Flights now very conversationally, and it will pull up flights that fit generally in the idea for a trip that you have at the lowest price possible. And then in Gemini and in AI and Google search, we're also seeing a lot of folks searching for new jobs, and they're using AI to practice for interviews. So if you have the Gemini app, you can pull up Gemini Live, which lets you speak back and forth with Gemini and give it information on that job you're applying for. And then it can start helping you practice and actually give you feedback on your answers so you can help land that job.
And I guess sooner or later it's going to say, yeah, that job's not so much for you. Why don't you try this one over here?
Yeah, maybe that could be possible.
So I guess we've seen a real increase in comfort level. Tell us what's happened over the last 6 months or year, even people using Gemini.
Yeah, so lots of folks coming to Gemini now. We continue to see users go back every single day. And I really love it because you can just speak more conversationally to find the information you need. And now that functionality is in Google search too. So if you click on AI mode at the top of Google, we're seeing people ask much longer questions and sort of brain dump exactly what they're thinking to get to that answer. We're also bringing AI into lots of products that people use every day. So today we announced a bunch of new features in Gmail where we're bringing AI directly into Gmail. And so this is great for those productivity resolutions. We have AI inbox. You can basically search in Gmail if you're looking for that email from that restaurant, your hotel you reserved forever ago, you can't find the email. You can speak like you would with Gemini. What was that restaurant I went to? It was back in February, da da da, and it can use that information to find the email. Or if you have like a long email thread and you kind of are lost in it, there's lots of people who have replied, kind of like AI overviews in search, it'll show you at the top of that thread a quick summary of what's happened so you can jump right in.
So useful. And of course, you've got the different gadgets in the home that are making use of Gemini as well.
Definitely. I have lots of gadgets in my house, lots of Google Nest devices. Of course, I mentioned Fitbit, but yeah, you can ask questions. I love this for cooking, right? So for meal planning, for example, I know that's a lot of folks' resolutions, maybe eating healthier. One, you could use Gemini to say, hey, I have these dietary restrictions. I want to put more of this in my diet. Maybe even take a photo of your fridge to show what's already in there. What can I make with this? And then if for that kind of hands-free help, if you have a Google Nest speaker, you can have that back and forth conversation out loud and it'll reply to you.
Just terrific. And lots of entertainment options for the whole family, even with the kids and such too. For more info, Sarah, where's the best place for people to go? There are probably lots of places, but tell us.
Yes, if you want to dive into trends, trends.google.com. And for the latest updates, especially the new Gmail AI features, you can go to blog.google.
Terrific. Sarah Armstrong, thank you so much for spending time with us and have a great year.
Thank you.
The Haven 10,000 lantern is a smartly designed, beautiful solar light that you will love indoors or out. It is waterproof with up to 1200 lumens of brightness, that's a lot of light, and the base becomes a flashlight at the push of a button. The power comes from a built-in lithium-ion battery recharged by the sun, the solar panel is built in, or USB-C. The battery can even recharge your phone. Did we mention how durable it is? How it folds down and can run for up to 120 hours on a charge? But the real power of the Haven Lantern comes from the people behind it and their mission to provide this quality lighting to those in the world who need it most, including in disaster emergencies. Your purchase helps to fund those efforts, and if you use the code TEXTINATION20, you'll get it at a 20% discount. That's TEXTINATION20 at havenlantern.com. Create your haven.